Episode 118. Continuing my delve into the Palace of the Dead, surprisingly still solo. Was sure I would have died by now. But I guess I'll keep going until I do. Took an even shorter break than usual between episodes. I call them breaks, but sometimes they're only a few minutes long. This time, because enemies can spawn, and did spawn, in between breaks, or in between episodes, I was particularly quick to stop the recording for the last episode and start the recording for this one. Probably the shortest break I've ever had. I can't even call it a break, can I? Well, I guess Komori caught her breath. Oh, the horde's right here. You pretty much have all the abilities that we can get as a gladiator. Other than something that decreases defense, or decreases damage. As well as this AoE thing, which if I play right, I shouldn't have to use any AoE because I should take them on one by one if I'm solo. It'd probably be wise to exit and actually acquire the Paladin class if I'm going to keep on doing this solo. But I won't. I'm still doing minor RP things, pretending that Komori isn't a real gladiator, or even a real paladin. Let's use nothing, because I'm feeling daring. Actually doing more damage than I thought. Might need to level up a bit this floor. Oh no. We can still probably take it on though, right? Let's get rid of it quickly. These patrolling ones, probably best to take care of as soon as you can so they can't sneak up on you. Oh, like I said. Oh good, I leveled up. Face away from it. I'm not sure if petrification rules in this game are you instantly die if you get attacked while petrified, but don't want to find out. Probably best to keep your eyes around the corners so you don't get sneaked up on anyone, like I just got. Sneaked up? Snuck up? It would be snuck up. Sneaked on? Sneaked up on? They might both be right. It doesn't matter. Those seedlings are actually way more damage than I would think. Even more than this guy. Well, I guess this guy didn't really use anything devastating like a tank buster or whatever. Could you come here? I don't want to go to the center of the room. I guess this attack will do a lot of damage if you actually stand in it. So ironically, he does less damage than a less threatening creature. Let's go for level 32 or something before moving on. Oh god, a Morval. I'm not going to fight that thing. We'll go for the chest though. Unless the chest is back there. Oh damn. We should be fine fighting a Morgul as long as we avoid its huge conal attack, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Come at me. Just need the right positioning. We do have the option to stun it too, if we need to. Let's just do it. Activate that for the next floor. Actually, double checking. I am still recording. I was moving so quick in between episodes, that break. Don't actually recall if I sat down to press the record button, but I did. I did actually make that mistake one time before, didn't I? Not recording. During the primal fights, somewhere around patch 2.0 endgame stuff or whatever, fighting Garuda, Ifrit, and Titan in the hard mode trials. Of course, that time I wasn't actually just like not recording, it was the inverse. I was recording the parts where I was taking a break and not recording the parts where I was actually fighting. After that, I'm trying to be a lot more careful about when I'm actually recording things. Actually stopping to check my screen if that record icon is on. Could be a trap? It's not. If it was a trap, I would have been in trouble because this thing aggroed on me from so far away. Settle down. And we're 32. I notice it kind of takes a while for Rage of Halone, the third attack in our combo, to activate damage. Like that was instant on Riot Blade. And that takes almost the entire global cooldown for that to come out. See what I mean? Of course I see what I mean, I'm talking to myself in the future. Quick check for treasure. Nothing. Guess we're moving on. After this chest. Just ignore me, please. Really, probably don't have to go for bronze chests at all. The experience from getting a mimic, if it is a mimic, I don't think really is worth it. Biloko. What is this thing? Some kind of ent? Seems like it's magic, maybe? The staff that it's holding, or... I guess it's not a staff, it's just a big hammer. Maybe some kind of druid or something? I guess druid magic is sort of adjacent to necromancy. Are you learning anything, Komori? Bathing in the blood of your enemies? Now what's this? We haven't gotten this yet. Changes the enemy occupying a random room on the next floor into a mimic or mandragora. Mimics, again, maybe give some extra EXP so it could be useful. And mandragora behave weirdly in Palace of the Dungeon. I think they instantly die and maybe affect enemies around them. I don't really recall. Let's use it. The next floor is going to be interesting, I guess. Or at least one floor is going to be. Good. We'll have strength up for the boss. Oh, I still have an hour-long timer for each 10 levels of the floor or whatever. That is going to be a pain in the ass on later floors. They're really going to rush you. That just means that I can't pause to switch between episodes like I did last time. Even if I'm already rushed by the possibility of an enemy spawning in the same room as me. That's an even more dire time sink, I guess. Or time limit, rather. I guess we'll re-up on that on the way back. And one more gold over here. Got another alteration. Guess we can use that later. Oh, I don't have enough kills. One more real floor after this, and then the boss. Oh, great. Well, this should help us level up, I guess. Right, this room. We got the accursed horde. Huh. Random chance. Just having to stand in the right area. You can still get the accursed horde even without the buff, it just shows you where it is. Great. Please don't notice me. Okay. Let's actually use safety. I'll save the site. I'll remove the traps here. Now, does that actually remove the mimic that I may have placed on the floor? Could also be a mandragora that I added here. Missed a chest over there. Could be a mimic. Or a mimic's only bronze. Guess we'll re-up on that too. Did I? I didn't open it. Music is very intense. I guess this is the last floor before the boss, but these luminous caverns don't feel that intense. I guess they can be if there's a bunch of scary monsters like that. Or more scary than that, roaming monsters like the Cobra, or the big ant things. Are you? Nope. One of you is supposed to be a mandragora / mimic. I was guaranteed it. No mandragora over there. Can we just... No. You see me from behind. This is a problem, actually. Actually, the seedlings are doing less damage than I thought they would. I guess I do have the defense thing on. But the first time I fought them, a few floors earlier, it seemed like they did a ton. Could move on, but I do want to check that last room. I want that mandragora / mimic. And I guess leveling up before the boss is all good. Nope, that's bad. Should be easy enough to dodge, but don't want to get swarmed here. Oh, there they are, the mimics. I guess they just tell you that they're mimics. How much XP was that? 2600. Is that more than normal? I checked this last time, but it's not really that much. I might be wrong about the extra EXP or something. But we'll kill the last one anyway. Infatuation. I think that's the move to be wary of. I had this ability where I could interrupt it, or I could use the stun. But luckily I killed it before having to worry. And now we're going into the boss with, again, increase to defense and increase to attack. No succubus this time. As far as healing, we only have this set of potions that we can only use every 1 minute. Maybe we want this instead, but that's only 200 health. We'll see how it goes. Nope. This could be it. Hornets? You didn't tell me there'd be hornets. If they final sting me, I'm dead. Well, I could be dead either way. This thing's about to kill me. Even the Dark Knight gets some healing on their basic combo. Not on Gladiator. I'm sure if I upgrade to Paladin, this would be no problem. It's over. What a shame. Komori Moriko, you are not built different. I would have liked to at least get past level 20 or something. After a near-death experience, Komori decides it's a better idea to actually go in with a party of adventurers. Maybe a bit overzealous. She's grieving. But before we do that... Did I not actually gain experience? Like, what level did I go in as? 21, right? I guess I only got 2 levels of experience out of that. A lot less than I would have expected. Do the extra buffs that I get, like from this preferred world bonus, as well as Azaema's earrings, do they not count towards my experience in the real world? I know they don't count towards your experience while inside the dungeon, like your deep dungeon specific level, but I thought they might apply out here, even the rested bonus, but no, I only got 2 levels from that. Maybe because a lot of the enemies I was fighting were only around level 20 through 30. Is that why? Well, I guess if we just go by the log here, maybe this experience is the flat experience that applies to your actual level. I guess I would believe it if I got 2 levels of around 33,000, so maybe the entire 1.5 episodes I was doing solo Palace of the Dead just now, I only got around 60,000 or something like that. Probably makes more sense once you're further in. I was hoping that I would get enough experience to finish out the Gladiator questline, that is, up to level 30. I do want to finish that, even if I'm not really going to do the whole Paladin questline quite yet. Just for the reason that I had already started the Gladiator questline and I don't want to leave it unfinished for much longer. But since I don't have the experience for it yet, let's enter with a match-made party. I think to do that I need to disband my fixed party to convert it to a match party, which will let me do matchmaking. And the wait time is 6 minutes? I don't believe that. Well, maybe the last time I did this I was in my homeworld, my actual homeworld as this character. Dynamis Data Center Rafflesia. So there would have been less people actually matchmaking there. Now that I'm world visiting on Lamia, there might be a lot more people that are doing Palace of the Dead. I wouldn't expect it at this time of night. Guess I didn't actually get any durability loss through that. This time with an actual party. We'll be heading back in shortly. But actually, while waiting for more reinforcements to come, Komori decided that going in with a team is a stupid idea, because her teammates are probably just going to get themselves killed. Just like last time. I'm actually not going to go into the Palace of the Dead with a formed party, because as you can see, I've been waiting for 40 minutes, despite it saying that it would take 6 minutes when I queued up. I was doing some other things while this was going on in the background, but I decided I can probably just head into the gladiator quest like I wanted to do. After Komori's near-death experience in the Palace of the Dead, let's say, she feels like she needs to train a little bit more with a sword. Which means going back with her tail tucked between her legs to the Gladiators Guild. See if she can actually finish the trailing that she left undone. It's probably better this way. Better that we don't go in with a party. Don't want any more teammates to die on Komori's watch. She's sensitive about that thing now. This is the wrong guild. Enter to here. I'm not exactly planning to do the entire Palace of the Dead solo, certainly not. Just kill some time with this and maybe queue up in the Palace of the Dead. Matchmaking another time. Maybe when there are more people, if I get lucky. Mila? Where did we last leave off with her? And we actually get the shield mob. If we have a shield equipped. Hail, Komori. You come at a good time. After a long time. I'm surprised she still remembers us. I certainly don't remember her. Actually, thinking about it, most of our, up till now, quests with the gladiators were just the basic kill a few mobs outside of the city type quest. The more notable one was, I recall, talking to some ruffians outside of the Adventurers Guild or inside of it, getting drunk and making some problems for people. Certain pirates that came from Limsa or something, and one of them was scared off by an old acquaintance of Mila, who we did not tell her about, and I guess we haven't told her about that guy for the longest time. We were kind of asked not to tell Mila or something to that effect, and we held true on that promise, whether or not Komori knew about it. I certainly forgot. But I guess we're going to break that promise pretty soon, because that character, whoever that was, should be coming back into play soon. That's all I can do in terms of a recap. That's all I remember. The Immortal Flames and the Brass Blades have both requested the Guild's assistance in maintaining security at Camp Drybone, a vital outpost along the Royal Allegan Sunway. The Amalja have been raiding caravans with reckless abandon, creating a significant disruption in trade. Ul'dah has a long troubled history with the Amalja, so raids are not unheard of. However, this recent escalation must be addressed. Go to Camp Drybone and search for these raiders, Komori. I've already dispatched other gladiators to patrol the region, so I suggest you speak with one for more information. You have something to ask about the guild, is that it? No, nothing. Never mind. Actually, I do. Did I ever ask you these questions? What do you do here? Well, I don't just stand around gawping, if that's what you're asking. I'm Mila, Guildmaster here. Clearly you've forgotten that. I instruct these would-be warriors on the finer points of swordsmanship. If you'd like, I could teach you a thing or two as well, though I can't promise to be gentle. You'll be bruised and bloody by the time we're finished, but I guarantee you'll be stronger for it. Observe our training and see for yourself. Well, that's what we're here for. Get better with the sword. Gladiators aspire to become masters of the sword, the most ubiquitous weapon in all of Eorzea. The sword is a deceptively simple weapon, which is why many take it up to achieve their goals. Wealth, power, love, all seem within reach when duly armed. A gladiator, however, understands that to live by the sword is not a decision to be taken lightly. To walk upon the blood sands is to court death, and we must ever be prepared to enter Thal's realm. Yes, court death, huh? I think Komori doesn't want to get anywhere near that sort of thing. Maybe teach her how to not die with a sword, hopefully. But when you stand triumphant in the Colosseum and hear the crowd chanting your name, you feel immortal. Okay, that sounds a lot more promising. Tell us all about immortality. Of course, victory goes only to those willing to work for it. A gladiator must rigorously train not only to deliver fierce attacks, but also to weather them. Indeed, learning the shield is just as important as learning the sword. These defensive skills are especially important when fighting alongside allies. In battle, a gladiator is often relied upon to draw the enemy's attention, while his weaker allies seize the opportunity to attack. It is for this reason that gladiators are often considered indispensable in battle, for none are more skilled in the arts of war than we. Yeah, you kind of lost Komori there. The gladiator icon has 2 swords, not a sword and a shield. That's the paladin icon. When does Komori get a second sword? Of course that's the Viper class, but I'm not planning to pick up Viper. Camp Drybone, was it? Over here. Of course, the Blade of Light isn't a literal sword. That thing that Moonbreeda entrusted us with, killing Asians, or whatever that artifact that she had was called. I guess the artifact isn't literally the Blade of Light, but the artifact is meant to create the Blade of Light. But Komori is so stupid that she thinks she needs to train with the sword to get better at using the Blade of Light. Get down, you're still here. The Blade of Light, we use that to strike down, what was his name? Can't believe I forget it so often, La Habrea, in the main story. And it seemed like we maybe used the Blessing of Light from the crystals when that happened. Although we don't necessarily need it from when we killed that other guy with Moonbreeda. I'm still fuzzy on the details of how exactly the Blessing of Light is related to the Blade of Light. Even Minfilia called out, I remember in the cutscene, is the Blade of Light not enough without the Blessing of Light, or something to that effect? Like we needed it. I'm still fuzzy on all that. I'll have to think about it. Don't worry, sister, I'll be fine. Though maybe not when the first sword is done with me, eh? Go and tell her that the Amalja are dead. Leave the merchant to me. Tell the first swords that the Amalja are dead. I'll look after the merchant. Yeah, we're barely paying attention to you, buddy. Our minds are on other things. Our friend died recently. We can't pay attention to you. I knew I was right to send you, Komori. You've done us proud. 7 L's, this place reeks of sweat. How do you expect a man to concentrate on his swordplay like this? And here's the guy we met way earlier, back in episode, probably single digits or something. Aldous. You remember me? How goes it, brother? Still waving your sword around like a feather duster? You. Good to see you too, Mila, my dear. Mila, my dear. You're more beautiful than I remember. You're alive. Where have you been all these years? Answer me. I guess I added the hell myself. It just felt like something she was about to say. Me? Well, if you must know, I'm on a spiritual journey of self-discovery. Damn it, Aldous, this is serious. We thought you were dead. And for you to walk in here as though nothing ever happened, how could you have forgotten how you dishonored us? I should cut you down where you stand. Oh, that's the Mila I remember. Mila. Is it Mila or Mila? I need to decide. It's Mila. That's the Mila I remember, all fire and brimstone. I knew that pretty face could still contort itself into some terrifying shapes. Ah, don't pout, girl. I'm just having fun. But as you wish, I'll go. Komori, was it? Why don't you join me at the quicksand? I could use some company, and I doubt anyone else here would be so kind. That bastard. Why now after all these years? Wrong one. Oh, we actually get something here. Interesting. Oh, you came. So you had to witness that little reunion between me and Mila. The Sword of Nald, back from the dead. You'd think I'd be greeted by throngs of adoring fans, not threats of violence. Not literally back from the dead, right? Can you teach us? Probably not. Listen, Komori, you're good with a sword, that's plain to see. But more than that, you've got a purpose. There's a fire burning within you. The purpose of necromancy. As a former man of conviction, I can recognize a kindred spirit. Geralt named her Frenzy. Oh, Geralt made this. Wow, I'm surprised his lore extends even this far in. That's pretty fun. She's one of a magnificent pair of swords that the drunken prodigy forged for Colosseum champions. The man who wielded her twin had eyes that burned like yours. Komori, The health? We get an actual bar fight. How fun. Eldis, Sword of Nald, we've come for your head. If you do that, then how the hells am I supposed to enjoy my ale? Arrogant fool, prepare to meet your maker. Well, ain't you a bunch of impatient, humorless fellas? Out for a bit of fun, Komori? I'll lead, you follow. Alright, this is what we were hoping for. Teach us how to use the sword, almighty master. Attacking from the low ground? What a bold strategy. I guess he's swiping at his enemy's shins. That's what you're doing, Komoy. You're swiping at your enemy's shins. He is teaching you. I guess he took the low ground on purpose to teach you that. And now he's taking the high ground. What a crazy guy. He fights like a monster, like a wild beast. Follow his lead then. Get up on the banister. Much easier to decapitate a man this way, isn't it? Got more, huh? They're all over the place. The weaklings, huh? Fine. You're not referring to the short people as the weaklings, are you? Not just because they're short, right? You know the drill, Komoy. Swipe at the shins. And get the high ground. Just like he taught you. I guess nameless attacker D is the ringleader. Watch their eyes, not their hands. What could that mean? This is all going by quite slowly because I didn't equip higher level gear. I didn't really care to equip it, but if I get another instance like this, I'll make sure to equip at least a higher level sword. Oh, he one-shot them. He even knows healing moves. Why does a swordsman know healing moves? I guess he's more like a paladin. Didn't think he'd go so far as to send a gang of sellswords into the quicksand in broad daylight. Why is it never a bevy of beauties? Let's continue this another time, shall we? I need to find a new place to drink. One with more attractive company than this sorry lot. And everyone's back to their drinks. As if nothing ever happened. Unless... Does Momodi have any flavor? No. Wait. Ah, Komoy, I'm pleased to say that my overzealous suitor has not been back since you helped me chase him away. I'm not generally one to stomp on anyone's dreams, of course, unless those dreams involve me and matrimonial bliss. Then I'll gladly smash and dash them to smithereens. I wasn't actually expecting her flavor dialogue to be snapshotted to the Moogle side quest we did for her. Interesting. My apologies, Komoy. I meant to teach you a new technique earlier, but when that idiot arrived, I completely forgot. He's just so infuriating. Ahem. The shield lob technique will allow you to attack from afar without the need for ranged weaponry. Since we gladiators are primarily close-range fighters, the ability to draw the attention of distant enemies is a valuable asset. May it serve you well in the field, Komori. Komori, I'm glad you're here. One of our members has been attacked and gravely wounded, and I need you to go help him. I suspect this is the work of more bounty hunters. It may even be a trap to lure more of us out into the open. Nevertheless, we cannot ignore our comrade's plight. When Nasty contacted us by Link Pearl, he said he tried to seek shelter at the Coffer and Coffin. Take this potion and search for him there. That old bar, where we started out some very early quests. What were these quests? Level 5? Level 10? Probably level 5 through 10. What a dump. Help me. I can't feel my... Thank you, sister. It all happened so fast. Over by the tracks to the north. I don't know who attacked me, nor why they left me alive. But I dare say the answer is out there. Surely someone saw something. The fellow outside. I saw him stumble in when I left the bar to take a piss. Was alone, as I recall. You say he's wounded. Thought he was just drunk. Nope. That's just his baked-in dialogue. No flavor. Suspicious characters? Well, now that you mention it, I did see a strange fellow wearing a garish purple robe. At first, I thought he was talking to himself, but then I realized he had a link pearl. I heard him say something about the wrong man and the silver bazaar. Does that help? Sounds like they were maybe searching for Aldous. Purple robe? That does sound familiar. It was him, I'd swear it. Did you find anything else? Picked this up by the tracks, eh? Might well have belonged to the bastard. Can't say I've seen its likes before. Might be as Wyman could tell you more. You know him, don't you? He's the bespectacled bloke who's always lounging around Emerald Avenue in the city. With being the businessman that he is, he'll probably ask to be compensated in exchange. Show that ring to Wyman. He's sure to know something about it. I wonder how many quests involve Wyman. He's one of the first people you talk to, the first quest giver in Ul'dah. So he's probably a popular NPC to point characters back to every now and again. I know for a fact we'll be talking to him at least 2 more times in separate occasions, all for side quests. Well, now if it ain't Komori, everybody's favorite adventurer. I hear you threw your lot in with the gladiators. A questionable decision given the events of recent days, But to each his own. To what do I owe the pleasure? Oh, wait, put that away before someone sees it. Where in the seven hells did you get one of those rings? What? Don't you recognize the sigil? Ah, goddamned fool. Before you go stumbling around in the brush, you ought to at least know what kind of venomous bastards will be lurking within. Been a long time since Ulda's seen a criminal organization rise from obscurity to notoriety as quickly as the Alacran. Word is they've got connections to the Brass Blades, the Syndicate, and gods know who else. But you didn't hear that from me. I want no part of whatever mess you and your mates have gotten yourselves into. Understood? This is not the quickest way. Guess we should teleport. I always think this path goes inside to these steps of Dahl. I guess if you were able to open that unopenable door, it would go inside here somewhere. But for whatever reason, you're not allowed to pass through as a player. Oh, Komoy, I was wondering when you might return. What news do you bring of our injured comrade? We know where they're going. The Silver Bazaar? Then it must be the same gang of ruffians. One of our comrades returned from Stone's Throw moments ago. A gang of bandits is said to be headed for the Silver Bazaar. They're after a man with an enormous bounty on his head. The people living there are in grave danger. In their frenzy to find their quarry, the bandits won't scruple to destroy property and harm civilians. And the few brass blades stationed there will be powerless to stop them. We must stop them, Komoy. We'll protect the Silver Bazaar and avenge our injured guildmate, all in one fell swoop. A bit melodramatic, if you ask me. Aldous, I told you never to come here again. I couldn't sit idly by while you charge into battle against an enemy you know nothing about. Mila, a responsible guildmaster, would never risk the lives of her charges like this. I mean, what are we? The police? We're just here to learn how to use the sword. Maybe fight some people in the blood sands. Strange that the gladiator quest never really puts you into the pits or whatever. I mean, I'm sure they don't have it modeled or anything, but all of this is mainly like police work, isn't it? Brass blade work? Whatever. Who are you to lecture me about responsibility? Mila, listen to me. This is the Alacran you're dealing with. So, whatever notoriety they may have achieved means nothing to me. We'll cut them down like the common bandits they are. It's not that simple. More importantly, it's not your fight. That's what I'm saying. What are you saying? They want me, Mila. I've been fending off assassination attempts ever since I returned to Danalan. Just stay here and let me handle this. It'll be over soon, I promise. Just stay here, while you go off on your own, is that it? It's been 7 years since I let you leave, Aldous. 7 years. Do you have any idea at all what you put me through? Mila. I don't want to hear it, you selfish bastard. Do you even care about the people who suffered because of you? Just get out. We don't need your help. We'll settle this ourselves. Mila, wait, there's something you need to know. Enough. Get out. Get out. All right. Save some of that for the Alacran. But do try not to let Komoy here come to harm while you're at it. Well, this changes things. It isn't really our problem, but if they're after the guy that's kind of teaching us how to use a sword, Might as well get involved, right? We were over here, also similarly, for the Black Mage questline, albeit only briefly. One of the very few times you're directed towards the Silver Bazaar in Final Fantasy XIV. I can't imagine anyone coming here otherwise. Is this anyone's favorite spot in the game? Is there anyone here? I mean, it's a dead time of night, but still. I can't imagine anyone hanging out here. Surprisingly, we have an instance. Let's equip that stronger sword that I got. And just that. There you are, Komoi. Everyone's already in position. Are you prepared? I think the armor also gives you increased stats for more damage. But mainly the weapon gives you increased damage stats, obviously. So that's all we really need to equip. I don't think we need defense or anything. All of these gladiators seem far more better equipped than I am. It's my own fault, obviously. Go for the Conjurers, you got it. Temperance, humility. Fancy names. Always hated mages. Well, we better not tell her that we quit being a gladiator to become a mage. Oh, charity. And that's it. Rejoice, gladiators, for the day is ours. Hmm? What? But why would you be? Leave him to us, First Sword. No, stop. Such brittle blades so easily broken. Perhaps the First Sword is made of stronger steel. Leave her, Zana. Our business here is over. A lot of characters. Surprising. What have you done, Levold? First Sword, we must withdraw. The wounded need tending. Let us take them back to the guild. These lower tier class/job quests, whatever they're called, only go up to level 30. We're at the level 15 or 20 quest right now, so I'm surprised there's still more characters being introduced. I would have expected maybe one more, but then they added in that Makote. Feels like there's a lot to settle in the coming 1 or 2 quests that remain. Maybe there are more quests than I thought. Give me a moment, Komoi. I need to think. I wanted to spare you this, Mila. I begged you not to go. You knew, Aldous, that Leovold had... Leovold and I once fought side by side in the Colosseum. The twin swords of Nalthal, they called us. Never lost a match, honored by the bull of Alamigo himself. But that was then, and this is now. When I learned Leovold single-handedly transformed the Alacrin from a gang of common thieves into the most feared criminal organization in Thanalan, I knew I had to return. It seems like a lifetime ago that the three of us used to train together in this hall. The Leovold I knew would never stoop so low. He was a good man, strong and true. What would drive him to do this? When I find him, I'll be sure to ask. Unfortunately, he seems determined to kill me for my curiosity. What aren't you telling me, Aldous? I'm not clever enough to keep secrets, my dear. I'm a simple man, only capable of dealing with what's right in front of me. Is that so? I'll find him, Mila, I promise. Well, it's none of Komoi's business, but we'll let Mila digest that information. Now would be a good time to take a break.